All right, we have a quorum.
Cool. So we can get started with public comment. Is anybody in chambers or online? We can start with chambers. Would you like to make any public comment? No.
Hold on, I gotta remember. Just in case. If you've called in and you want to speak during public comment, you can use the raise hand function. If you called in, you can press *9. I have to look at it every time. All right.
Okay.
Going once, going twice.
Presentations, we have none. And then administrative. We would need a motion to approve the June 3rd, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
Yeah, I think I say so moved, right, Garrett?
Yeah.
Perfect. Or do you want a second?
Second.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Beautiful. And then I will turn it over to Garrett to talk about the 2026 meeting schedule.
So, second Tuesday of every month for the most part. November will be Monday, the 2nd, because of the election. And that's a reminder that our November meeting this year will be Monday because of the election. We will not be in council chambers. We'll be in either the pavilion or we'll just do it all online. I'll just ask everyone weeks beforehand what the preference is. The only thing would be if Keith is not reelected to town council, we'll cancel the January meeting because the January Green Efforts meeting is before the first town council meeting when they divvy everyone up for positions. Technically, everyone's term ends December 31st on council. So that'd be the only note of Keith is not reelected, we'll cancel the January meeting and our first meeting will be in February.
Perish the thought. Quick point of order. That Monday, November is the 3rd.
Actually,
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure
I removed my point of order.
no, this year is November 3rd, I think.
This year's November 3rd. So
Yeah.
that meeting is already scheduled for that Monday.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
And then again, that'll either be in the pavilion out back or all on Zoom.
Cool.
But we can figure that out closer to that, so.
Anybody have do we need a motion to approve the schedule?
Yes, we do.
Does anybody have any questions about the schedule, or can I get a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Beautiful.
Perfect, thank you. All right.
Public education goal.
Bree, do you want to just bring that up to everyone, which you brought up before?
Sure. I thought probably for a spring or even next fall, or over the summer, probably not the middle of the winter, about why you should buy local, about supporting your local agricultural efforts, our town farm, et cetera. And I thought, I could ask businesses what they do to support local agriculture. I could ask Stop and Shop or whatever. So that was just an idea I had. But I'm certainly would be useful hearing other ideas.
Can you remind me, it's been a minute, is there like a general public education goal that the topic needs to be chosen? Is this for the newsletter or?
This is for the town newsletter.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm
It's
just
mainly for the
writing
newsletter, just because it's a regular publication that goes to everyone in town. I think if there was a certain event or topic that we wanted to focus on for I can coordinate with the town manager's office if we want to do a social media posting. Because I know Stacy was looking into pumpkins with Sub Edge Farm.
Yeah.
That was this morning, so I'm assuming they haven't gotten back to you yet.
I think if we had robust ideas, or even just to pair off the town newsletter, if you folks wanted to put more emphasis on some of these public education goals, that town Facebook page I think is appropriate for that. And it doesn't get over posted on. Again, I don't think I'm stepping out too far by saying that. I think if we were able to craft a post or had a picture that was inclusive of it with some language, I think on a monthly or even bi-weekly basis, I think that's totally fair game if there's stuff we want to push out there for sure.
That's a great idea. Yeah, okay.
Is that better than collecting email addresses and having like a listserv?
I think you do both if you're already doing one. I just think the Facebook thing is so low hanging fruit that I don't know, do we already have an email system or no?
I
We
do
don't.
have
I
a
was
green effort.
wondering if we're
Yeah.
allowed to.
We're not allowed to?
No, I mean, because economic development has an email list. I don't think Explore Farmington does anything, but I know Rose does.
I think they have to be your own captured. Like, I don't think we're allowed to take
Yeah.
we can't take economic development list and use it for a green efforts purpose. If we had our own capture, I think that's fair game. Go ahead, Bree.
Well, I do forward them on to Rose Ponte quite often. And she posts them on her business newsletters.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and Rose's is more like an aggregate of multiple
Right.
sources and events. It's not just, hey, these are the businesses that opened this month. It's more broad and multiple topics, which I think is fine for that too. And
Right.
again, that goes to businesses, so talking about what businesses can do. I think we had talked with Rose about.
All right. Well, maybe I'll just have to get on Facebook so I know what.
Yeah, is anyone on this committee on Facebook? That's the question.
I have an account. I can help. I think I'm already actually technically like an allowed administrator for that page. I need to double check. I'm never on Facebook, so I'm.
I know. I haven't been on in years. So.
And Bree, did you write something for the fall newsletter yet, or am I?
I did write something for the full newsletter. I can't remember what it's about, but I could
look for my emails. If I can't find it, I'll email you.
Okay. Yeah.
And if we did like a lecture series at the library, remind me, do we have to pay for the library or no, because we're all the town?
No, as long as it's not otherwise taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can coordinate with the library too, and
Jocelyn would love that. She would have the things, on days we didn't have stuff in there, the library director would love to have something filled.
I think we should make an effort, because that recycling one we did a couple of years ago was shockingly well attended. And so I think low hanging fruit is like a repeat of that, just having someone from DEEP come in and talk about, what's going on with recycling, what is like more than what's in, what's out, but like what's happening with it could be.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I also think the conversation that you guys had, I think in May regarding composting, if there's some of you guys that are, super, super on composting, and to be able to advocate for people that are interested in hearing about it, I think, you'd be more likely to spread the good word.
Shockingly, the library just had a lecture on composting by Blue Earth, which we didn't know about or advertise. I found out.
Too bad.
Yeah. So which is why I was like, oh, maybe we need to be more looped in to the library.
Yeah, how would we have found out about that? I mean,
I found out about it in Rose's newsletter.
Bree, that's Facebook again, Bree. That's just another reason for Facebook,
yeah.
You get the library's Facebook page.
Stacy, it wasn't the land trust that did it, right?
Could have been.
No, I don't think it was.
Because we can also coordinate stuff with the land trust as well, because they've got.
Yes.
I
would love to do.
Like the pollinator gardens at the office, that the name I can't think of right now.
I would love to do something on dark skies. They do a fabulous presentation.
And invasive species, I think, is a good one too.
I did invasive species.
Like a lecture, I mean.
Oh yeah.
I was going to bring this up under the other section, but since it's kind of related, one of the things, I don't know if this is like in the scope of green efforts, but I'd love to get y'all's feedback, is around like bear education, or some towns I know locally, like I think Simsbury has actually a town ordinance on feeding bears. And so I don't know. Sorry, Garrett, what'd you say?
Farmington does. I've sent letters about it before, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but
it's like April to October.
I think that would be a great idea. I just talked to somebody who moved into town in June. They said they've seen 14 bears. They had never seen a bear before. So, they were like, we had no idea we were moving into like the country, over in Devonwood, and they just said they see a bear the other day. So that's a great idea.
Guys, I gotta go in a sec, but the fall newsletter is on invasive plants.
All right, thank you, Bree.
You're welcome. And it's called, Garden Thugs, What to Do About Invasive Plants.
I love that.
Thanks.
I just found out
Thank you,
my
Bree.
favorite plant in my garden, in my like side garden, is purple loosestrife.
Oh, no. They're so
know.
pretty.
They're so pretty and the bees love it so much.
I know. Well, there you go.
I don't even know what that is, Stacy. I'm just impressed that you can name a plant.
Yeah,
I'll look for Bree's newsletter.
Okay.
I clearly need education.
Well, I can't remember the names of all the different plants I put in there, but Japanese knotweed, rolled garlic mustard, mugwort. I could only do so many. So anyway,
Isn't it
Okay.
pretty?
Mm.
pardon? Yeah, purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, learn something new.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I gotta go. See you
All
later.
right, thank
Bye,
you, Bree.
Bree.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
So, Garrett, would it be helpful to sort of, I don't know, it seems like there's an energy around the public education piece in general. And it's like the medium of the forum. We have the newsletter, we have Facebook, I like the idea too, Stacy. I went to of the library outlet. I went to the recycling one. Yeah, it was like standing room only, I think. There was like a lot of people at it.
Yeah.
But maybe we just collect like what are the different topics that we feel like we could have a guest speaker, that we know somebody that at Deep or otherwise who could step in to share, and then maybe in the next meeting talk about like which swim lane we would want these topics to maybe go through.
Do we have
Yeah.
a record of previous topics that we've done?
Yeah,
yes, not organized, but yes.
yeah, we could get them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you have ideas?
And I'm happy to take
I
point
was
on
just
organizing. Oh, sorry, it's hard to hear in the room. I'm sorry if I'm cutting anybody off.
Oh, you're good.
I was just saying, I'm happy to take point on like organizing topics from people in advance of that, Garrett, if that would be helpful. Like,
Yeah, that's great.
I just
Yeah, and I
keep
think
it clear,
some of
not
it is
crazy.
talking with DEP about, because I'm sure they've got people for each topic.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, the only thing is I don't know what the library's technology setup is of also doing it on Zoom. The only, as long as there's a camera and microphone set up for the library, the only limit is that the Zoom account is available. So people that can't make it in person can attend online, or people that might be away, they can still listen in. We can
Is that
record
a
it and
legal
post it.
requirement?
No,
Okay.
Just to
just if it's an option.
get as many people as
Yeah.
I know that in their boardrooms, they have set up similar to this, not as nice as like these
Like,
ones.
because
But they're
council chambers, we've got cameras, the pavilion's got cameras, but it's not as public
I know like
sometimes.
library board, we could do hybrid meetings like this. We would
Right.
have some in the board and some
Right.
on Zoom. So I know that there's that function somewhere in that building. I don't know if you could put it in that.
And I can talk with our IT department as well of at least getting a webcam or something set up so that you can see the person talking.
Yeah.
Are all the like in-person education sessions in the library usually, or
We
are
haven't
they?
done any. We've done
Oh,
sharing with you. I think we did one.
Okay.
I wasn't here when, Stacy, you did the one about 18 months ago or a couple years ago?
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's longer than that.
Okay. So
Okay, that's probably pre-COVID.
Oh, pre-COVID. There you go.
Yeah.
We
Do you-
were virtual until last
Yeah.
January.
Should I call the library and see like what the availability and ramp up time and those types of questions?
I can
Okay.
email the library director, and coordinate
Okay.
with her, and I'll just check with our IT what the, technology options are that they know of, or what we can
Okay,
put
great.
together.
We do anything with waste reduction goals?
Hold on.
What are we saying?
I called Sam and I didn't get a response. It was near the end of the day, Jocelyn, about,
Beginning of
yeah, school just started, so, I'll chat with him. And then obviously there's nothing on Westwoods because school has been in session for a week, so,
The only thing I wanted to follow up with Sam on was the idea of if there is a surplus of fruit at one of the two schools that Farmington Food Pantry cannot take.
Yeah, because,
Basically, we were saying
well,
some
because
to one.
Westwood was sending all the leftover fruit to the food pantry, but it was, I don't want to say it's too much, but you couldn't, if you suddenly got double what you're currently getting,
Right.
couldn't be able to.
And it hasn't
if you're-
started yet. So I'm not sure if we need to check in with whoever does that, or if that's a,
So if and when there's a time when there's a surplus of fruit from one of the schools, did speak with the director at the Plainville Food Pantry, and they would coordinate, and they said we would definitely have use of it, and we could definitely move it. So they would have to figure out on what regularity. I don't know if it's getting moved daily or weekly or what's going on right now. But if and when that becomes a thing, just let me know and I can start talking to them again.
and let me know how I can help wearing my other food pantry hat in terms of like connecting you with the people who are doing it and how it's working and stuff.
Yeah, great, I will,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you could, Stacy, that'd be good, because that way we can get an idea of how it's currently working, and then we can work with the Plainville Food Pantry to
Okay.
work that. All right. Westwood Energy Efficiency. Anything else?
Is there anything we need to be doing for IAR composting program? Is that like still on track to start? Is it mid-year?
Yeah, I think I'll let me check with Sam. Make sure, because I think they were working on the table was the only issue. Not issue that they didn't have it. Didn't have the funds for it. I think they were going to go to the Noah Wallace. No. Not Noah Wallace. Yeah, Noah Wallace
Noah
fund?
Wallace.
Yeah, it is, okay.
Yeah, there we have a hand raised.
Oh.
All right. Is that something that needs to be billed? Do we need to find like a Eagle Scout or something?
No, I think it was stainless steel, and we had it, the one for Westwood was manufactured.
Okay.
And I think, I'll talk to Sam Hand. The person that called in, you're unmuted, you should be able to speak, or you're allowed to talk now,
You just have to unmute yourself.
which I don't, yeah. Right.
Oh, there we go, we're good.
Oh, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Your phone number ends in 1055. The floor is yours.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sam.
Oh, there we are. I've been trying to unmute for like the last 5 minutes while you're talking about
We
it.
got there, we got there.
Okay, there we go, it's Sam.
Sorry about it. You are correct. I don't have an update. As far as the IAR, I was working with the curriculum director to put together the curriculum for the students for the fall here, and then we're still aiming to have the sorting tables purchased and started for the beginning of the calendar year, halfway through the school year.
Okay. So,
I got most of
it cut out, Sam, so Sam's working with, the curriculum director at IAR, to incorporate the program, and then they're working on getting the table and should be good to start at the start of the calendar year, which I think is what we said was after Christmas break, winter break, to start out.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Great job, Garrett. Way to speak. Tough moment. That was good.
Closest to the phone, so, all right, start, in January. All right, anything else?
What are the current invasive species removal programs?
So I can tell you, Farmington River Watershed Association, they'll get grant money, and they'll go through along the river and remove invasive species. Town generally doesn't have any programs just because it's a manpower limitation with the highway department. Any new, development that comes in, the planning and zoning office will require them to remove the invasive species from the property. Normally, when we have them cut down trees, they'll chip everything and then use the wood chips, so we require that any invasive species have to be taken off-site. They can't be chipped because then the seeds get spread, and then it spreads around the site and it makes it worse. But any new commercial residential development, we have them remove the invasive species in the work area to try and limit it, because we're aware of the issues.
Sure. I guess like when I was in high school, like a long time ago, I'm older than I look. I worked on some invasive species removal with like Shannon Rutherford. I don't know if
She's the town planner. Yeah.
And I know you were talking about like public education around invasive species this month or whatever time period. I think it'd be cool to do like public education sessions around the trail or like the Farmington River, to get people out there. And part of the education session isn't just like, this is a picture of what it looks like, but also like, here, like, go and remove some of them, like right now, it's part of the education session. But I don't know if like, because I know part of the trouble was disposing of all the invasive plants afterwards, so I don't know like what message you want to send around people like removing them in public areas on their own also.
The only thing I know, because Farmington doesn't have a lot of trash bins along the trail, I know Canton has more, but they removed a bunch. And I think Canton, some group in Canton is working with Yukon to remove knotweed along the trail that also happens to be opposite the pollinator gardens that they have in Conzo along the trail. So it's a kind of like a joint, like they removed all the invasive species on that side of the trail, and then they're working with Yukon to remove it on the other side of the trail. And I think Kate had mentioned the pollinator trail. Might have been a different email. It might not have been a Green Efforts email. It might have been as a land trust thing.
It looks great over there in Canton, that pollinator trail.
Yeah, it's nice. They do nice work, and they maintain it too, which is the hard part. But it's all native plants that they planted along the trail.
Do you have any other?
Since Sam is on, the question of like, when can we get the lights to shut off earlier in the schools? Question about pending item.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I think he's got bad service. He may be driving home.
Yeah. It would just
I
be
heard
nice
like a blip, so it might have cut out.
if we could just get a couple hours of energy conservation out of.
Yeah. I'll check with Sam tomorrow.
Yeah.
Getting around outside in town hall and have no service. Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right. Any other?
What about new member? Is Kate resigned or not resigned?
No, not yet. She asked me about it, but I don't think she's.
I
haven't gotten a notice from the town clerk's office that she resigned yet.
Okay.
And I included you on my messages to Kimberly, right?
Yep.
Stacy? Okay. Yeah, because I think, I'm sorry, miss, what was your name?
Felicia?
Felicia. So Felicia's been sitting with us right at the table. So this is what I was trying to say to Kim too, was that in this type of a setting, I think, you know, the only thing that one would lack of not being on the actual committee would be a vote, but I've only been on for like 6 meetings, so I haven't seen a contentious vote. And the only other thing I would say is, you know, I think Maureen sent us an opinion about how to put new members on, which I think is somewhat incorrect, meaning right now I think it's like, I could be wrong in the actual numbers. I think it's like 7 Democrats are on and 2 Republicans, and so the next person put on is supposed to be a Republican. But I believe they don't have to be a registered Republican, they just have to be appointed by the RTC. And so Maureen didn't phrase it that way, but I still think it is that way. So if she has not emailed Bruce Chudwick, I would encourage her to do so. Bruce is really nice, fair-minded person, and would at least present the idea. From there, it would go out to members of the RTC, or they would see if there was somebody there that wanted to come on. So I can, I can certainly put in a good word, which I mentioned to them, but I've, both committees, I believe right now are super focused on November and what happens there, and so I think stuff like this, is being backburnered. But I would encourage Kimberly, I don't know her well enough, but, to come hang out with us if I can, see from her website, she's super passionate about the issue.
Yeah. I mean, this has been like 8 months or something. So I know it was like every town council really was just working on the budget, and now now everyone's away for summer, and now it's the election.
No,
and
in this case, I will say, with this specific member, it's the next specific appointee. It's not a town council. It's specifically the town Republican town committee. I mean, town council needs to put somebody on, but I mean, realistically, it's up to Joe and myself, I guess, to put the pressure on the RTC to put somebody on the committee. And so we have, but there's only so much, kicking and screaming I can do if they hold the appointment. That sort of is what it is. Which it's not great. I get it, but I mean, that's why I would also say if Kimberly was here right now and had ideas, like in no way would I say, save her for public comment. Like we want the ideas. I think they're good ideas,
And I don't think it was
You're different than all the other chairs, so that's something to think about too. No other chair has allowed people to sit at the table. And
well, listen, if it got insane and we had 30 people in here and everybody's shouting from the back, then we'd have to do it that way. But why we're a 7 or 8 person thing and Garrett's okay and we're all like, it's not a 13-hour meeting where we're just like to hear ourselves talk. I think it's, great to get opinions from people. I just believe in being reasonable, If we share a sandwich, I'll cut it in half, you pick the half. Like, that's how I want to live my life. So, like, if there's people with ideas, like, bring them in.
As long as I don't need 3 pages for the meeting notes, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I guess last call for other?
I just had a question.
Yeah, Smith.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
What is the scope of the Green Efforts Committee? Like, does it also cover, because I know energy efficiency was on here, but does it also cover, like, climate, other energy, transportation, that kind of thing, or is it mostly, like, waste?
It can be. It's like, it is an advisory, so we can't, like, have the Board of Ed switch to all electric buses. Like, that's not something we would be able to do, but it's push for energy efficiency, the upgrades for town buildings, education. We also do the townwide cleanup day every April, so that's our big event in the spring. And then look at different grant opportunities, different options that are available for the town, and what those costs would be and whether they'd be beneficial for residents. So one of the things that's in the background is looking at a curbside composting program that is more background work for staff than for the committee. It's more of, I have to pull all the information together and then present it to the committee to review and decide if they want to present it to the town council. We were off also, we didn't meet in July and August, so now it's also beginning of the fall.
Gotcha.
Garrett has a 12-something pound baby at home now.
12 and a half pounds.
12 and a half
12
pounds.
weeks old.
12 weeks baby.
Good.
So.
Okay,
All right.
so I will call, does somebody want to make a motion to adjourn?
so motion. I can second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right.
So next meeting, October 7th, 2025.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.